Dr. Tasneem, we have Dr. Sumit Poddar, Vice President of our foundation and my elder brother.
Okay.
And he is
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
he is also rabies APCRI, means Association of Rabies Control Prevention Society of India's General Secretary, and he is also organizing one conference on rabies. Rabies also a zoonotic disease, and also he is also a specialist in disaster management and
He's
vice
in
president of our foundation.
Okay, he's in Kolkata too?
Yes, in India.
Okay, okay, that's good. Today is very important today, said Professor Sandeep.
Yes.
Okay.
And also I have Dr. Sudipta Poddar, my
Oh,
elder brother, and
okay.
he is
Good morning. Nice to meet you, Mr. Sudipta Podar.
yes, he is our means Ayurveda specialist, Ayurveda doctor, herbal medicine and Ayurveda.
Okay.
He's Ayurveda pediatrician
Yes.
and also treasurer of our foundation. So I welcome all other delegates as well from Indonesia. Dr. Surasi,
Yes.
good morning.
And
Good
also,
morning, Bro.
And also Dr. Erwin Asisi, he is head of Master of Public Health program. Dr. Asisi, Erwin Asisi.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, madam.
Okay. What time we will start today?
Yes. As you ready, we can start.
We can start?
After 5 minutes, okay?
Okay. Yeah, after
We just wait, anybody join, then we start.
Okay. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Dr. Tasnim, we can start now. Dr. Sunarsi.
Okay. Okay. Mrs. Andin, please. Thank you.
Please, this event will begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning and best wishes all for us. The Honorable Professor Dr. Sandi Podar, PhD. The Honorable Professor Dr. Sumit Podar, PhD. The Honorable Professor Dr. Sudipta Podar, PhD. Our guest lecturer from the Dr. Taraknath Podar Memorial Foundation, Kolkata, India. The Honorable Dr. Malabose, PhD, from Associate Professor at Sarojini Naidu College for Women, under West Bengal State University, Kolkata, India. Thank you very much for time and welcome in Public Health Department, Mandala Waluya University in Kendari, Indonesia. The Honorable Dr. P.H. Hajia Tasnim, Bachelor of Public Health, Master of Public Health, Director of International Relations Institute, Mandala Waluya University. The Honorable Dr. Sri Anggairani Raisid, SSC MSc, Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology, Mandala Waluya University. The Honorable Dr. Erwin Azizi Jayadi Praja, SKM MKes, Head of the Master of Public Health Program, Mandala Waluya University. The Honorable Dr. Sartini Rizky, SKM MKes, Secretary of Master of Public Health Program, Faculty of Health Science. The Honorable Dr. Sunarsi, SKM MKes, Dean of Faculty of Health Sciences, Mandala Waluya University. And also the happy audience, lecturer, and student of the Master Degree Program in Public Health. Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks for your participation in World Zoonosis Day Visiting Professor Series 2 event. The theme our visiting professor event is Type and Transmission of Zoonotic Disease. Previously, allow me to introduce myself. I am Andi Mauliana SKM MKes as Master of Ceremonies at today's event. Alhamdulillah, we praise and thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because His grace and inayah, we can still gather together to gain knowledge from our extraordinary source, although it must be held online. I hope we stay healthy always. As for the schedule of our event this morning, opening as it goes on. Next event, singing the national anthem of Indonesia, national anthem of India, and the Mars University of Mandala Waluya. Audience, stand up, please.
गणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Audience, sit down, please. Next event, messages from the Dean of the Faculty of Health Science, Mandala Waluya University, Mrs. Dr. Sunarsi, SKM MKes. Time and place is yours.
Madam, unmute, please.
Thanks, Mrs. Andin. In the name of Allah, most merciful, most gracious, a very special welcome, Your Excellency Professor Dr. Sandi Podar, MSc, MBA, PhD. Your Excellency Professor Dr. Sudipta Podar, Dr. Samit Podar, Your Excellency Dr. Mala Bose, MSc, PhD under West Bengal State University, Calcutta, India. Your Excellency Dr. Tasnim, SKM, MPH, Your Excellency Dr. Erwin Asisi Jayadi Praja, Head of Master Program in Public Health, my beloved students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. May God bless us all. Alhamdulillah. It gives me pleasure to have us all today in this program of second visiting professor with the theme of type and transmission of zoonotic disease and also signing of memorandum of understanding. Mandala Waluya University's vision is to be excellent, competitive, and sustainable university with one of its mission to carry research activities to improve public welfare in coastal and mining area of priority. However, we also need to pay attention to the people outside the coastal and mining areas, especially when it's come to public health. The visiting professor program today is very important because we need to pay attention about type and transmission method of zoonotic disease, especially in Indonesia, where there are a lot of cases of foot and mouth disease in cattle that can be contagious and dangerous to humans. So the Ministry of Health must take early vigilance of this problem. The audience and my beloved student, it is a blessing today to receive the material on type and transmission of zoonotic disease, which will be delivered by Dr. Malabose, MSc PhD. Please listen carefully to learn well so we can help government in preventive animal short disease. This program will be then followed by signing memorandum of understanding between Health Science and Technology Science Faculty of Mandala Waluya University with Dr. Tarak Nath Poder Memorial Foundation, Calcutta, India. Hopefully, this collaboration will provide synergy to increase research effort between Indonesia and India, especially between two university and foundation. We would like to thank Professor Sandi Poder, MSc PhD, Professor Sudipta Poder, Dr. Samit Poder, and Dr. Malabose, and Dr. Tasnim SKM MPA, and by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the program of visiting professor with theme Type and Transmission of Zoonotic Disease officially began. May it bless for all of us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Personality SKMK. Next event, message from the Dr. Tarak Nath Poder Memorial Foundation, Professor Dr. Sudipta Poder, PhD. Time and place is yours.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Tarak Nath Poder Memorial Foundation. I am from Dr. Tarak Nath Poder Memorial Foundation. Dr. Tarak Nath Poder Memorial Foundation is a non-profit organization, and it is established in the year 2015. And the foundation was named after Dr. Tarak Nath Poder, and he has born at East Bengal, and he has passed matriculation in 1910, and then he has passed ISc, BSc, and MBA, MSc Geology in first class from University of Calcutta in 1928. And he has joined the service at RG Medical College as Professor of Geology, and he has also joined as a visiting physician in the chest department at Chittaranjan Hospital and Asharam Bhiwaniwala Hospital at Calcutta, and he was also an active member of Bengal Tuberculosis Association. And he was actively research-minded and published so many papers. And on acanthocephala parasites of certain fishes, and from Calcutta by M.N. Dutt and T.N. Poddar Records of Indian Museum. And a new species of acanthocephala, that is Neo-Echai norhans topsy, and it is from parasitology, and on a new species of acanthocephala, Neo-Echai norhans parasitic Mungli Usphalas from Chilka Lake, and also new species of acanthocephala, that is Acanthocephala circari, and also Acanthocephala, that is Acanthocentis data NSP from freshwater fish of Bengal, Barbus tipo. And two parasites was named after him, that is Nor-Echai norhincus chilkensis Poddar and Nor-Echai norhincus topsei Poddar. And he was a great gentleman, and he left the world in January 1950. And the major aim of the foundation is to cater and care the human values to work for the upliftment of the society. Now we are doing several seminars and conferences, and we are actually doing the education and upliftment of the society. And from before COVID situation, the conferences are conducted. And then in the COVID situation, we have conducted the virtual conferences and seminars. And today is recognized as a World Zoonosis Day, and in 1885, this day actually recognized as Joseph Mister, who has actually first recognized as this World Zoonosis Day, and from then it is being maintained as World Zoonosis Day. And today we are actually conducting this specific day. We are conducting this lecture on the World Zoonosis Day. And thank you all for giving me opportunity in this field to speak something. And I am welcoming all of you in this lecture session, and again thanking you all.
Thank you. And Ms. Andy, I just want to request Dr. Sumit Poddar, Vice President of our foundation, to give the inauguration speech.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Welcome to all delegates and good morning to all.
Morning.
Actually, the impact of this World Zoonosis Day is what I will say, that in the year of 1885, 6 July, the first vaccine by Louis Pasteur was invented, and was administered to Joseph Mischer, who was bitten by a rabid animal, and ultimately he saved that animal. Joseph Mischer was saved. At time, it is being observed as a World Zoonosis Day afterwards, and the impact of the World Zoonosis Day is so high because actually we are dreaming and also planning for control of rabies throughout India, at least by 2030. So to make it fulfill, we'll have to definitely we'll have to think about the total impact of the World Zoonosis Day, and we'll have to mainly it has been designed as a primary step for control of rabies in India. So we are planning to, we are having one organization also side by side, that is the APCRI, also is working with the T and Poddar Foundation to observe or to achieve the goal. Anyway, I request the total population, global population, actually to follow the theme and the World Zoonosis Day total impact, so that we'll be able to control rabies by spreading awareness throughout the country and the global. And one day, definitely, we will be able to control rabies globally. So, thank you. I must congratulate Professor Dr. Sandip Poddar, Dr. Sudipta Poddar, and particularly Dr. Sandip Poddar has taken a keen interest in celebrating this day in such a beautiful manner. Thank you very much.
Very much, Dr. Samit. Please, Mrs. Andi Mauliana, continue.
Prof. Dr. Samit Podar, PhD. Next event, Memorandum of Understanding signing by Mrs. Dr. PH Hajat Tasnim, SKM MPH, time and place issues.
Okay, thank you very much for Mrs. Andi Mauliana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and for your time and cooperation in this event. The Honorable Dr. Samit Podar and Dr. Sadip Nat Podar from Dr. Tarik Nat Podar Memorial Foundation, India too, and the Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Mala Bose, PhD, our guest in this important lecture from Sarojini Naidu College for Women. Thank you very much. And the Honorable Dr. Sunarsi SKM Kestin of Faculty of Health Sciences Mandala Waluya, Anggarini Rashid, Associate MSc, Dean of Faculty Sciences and Technology Mandala Waluya University, the Honorable Dr. Sartini Rizky, the Honorable of Happy Committee, lecturers, students in the Master Degree Program in Public Health and also in Faculty of Sciences and Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks for your participation in visiting Professor event and signing a Memorandum of Understanding. Well, I think today is very special day for us because in 6th of July is it the World Zoonosis Day. Today we can see a happy day considering some emerging disease transmitted by animal to human and from human to animal identified well. Therefore, our today feel this happy by increasing our knowledge about zoonosis and transmission by Associate Professor Dr. Mala from Sarojini Naidu College for Women, based Pingal State University, Kolkata, India, and also we will it by strengthening brotherhood between countries through the cooperation between Dr. Tarak Modern Memorial Foundation from Kolkata, India, and the Faculty of Sciences, and also with Faculty of Sciences and Technology, Mandala Waria University. Where the aim of the collaboration is to carry out several programs, including visiting professor program or guest lecture and collaborative research and publication, seminar, international conference, student exchange, and other academic programs. Considering the current COVID-19 endemic period until now, so the signing of Memorial of Understanding or IMU is carried online today. The technically, sorry, I will. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Technically, the signing of the MOU will be carried first. Yeah. Carry efforts between Dr. Tarak Memorial Foundation. Signing the first signing of MOU will be done first between Faculty of Sciences and Dr. Tarak Modern Memorial Foundation. Then followed by the Sciences and Technology and Dr. Tarak Modern Memorial Foundation. Well, no, the first signing of the MOU between Dr. Tarak Modern Memorial Foundation and Faculty of Sciences. The signing of the MOU will be carried out by the Dean of Faculty of Sciences, Dr. Sunarsi MKes, and the Assistant Secretary of Dr. Tarak Modar Memorial Foundation, Professor Dr. Sandip Modar, PhD, and the witness of this sign signing with the director of Mandala Waluya International Relations Institute, Dr. Public Health Tasnim, SKM MPH. So please, Mrs. Dr. Sunarsi, SKM MKes, Dean of Faculty of Health Sciences, and Professor Dr. Sandip Podar, PhD, we invite you to sign the memorial document, please. Dr. Sunarsi and Professor Dr. Sandip. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you very much for your cooperation. And the next signing, the second signing of the MOU between Dr. Karaknat Podar Memorial Foundation and the Faculty of Sciences and Technology. The signing of the MOU will be carried out by the Dean of the Faculty of Sciences and Technology, Dr. Sri Anggarini Rashid, SSC, MSc, and with Dr. Karaknat Podar Memorial Foundation, Professor Dr. Sandip Podar, PhD, and me as a witness of the signing. Dear Dr. Sri Anggarini Rashid, SSC, and Professor Dr. Sandip Podar, we invite you to sign the second MOU document. For Mrs. Dr. Sri Anggarini Rashid, please sign.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This.
Thank you very much. Dr. Sandip Podar, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sri Anggarini.
Anggarini.
Yeah.
Sciences and Technology, and for Mrs. Dr. Sunarsi SKM MKes, Dean of Faculty of Health Sciences, and Professor Dr. Sandip Podar from Dr. Karaknat Podar Memorial Foundation. And also thanks very much for Dr. Sandip Podar, Dr. Sudipta Podar, and Erwin Asisi Jadi Praja, and Dr. Malabo for
Thank you, Dr. Tasnim. I just want to say a few words.
event. Well, finally, okay, please.
I just want to share my screen, and I also want to thank and our foundation, Dr. Karaknat Podar, as Dr. Sudipta Podar already described. We organize different types of conferences. In 2027, we organize national level conference. In 2019, we organize, before just COVID, we organize physical conference in international level in collaboration with Indian Jadavpur University, Jitranjan Cancer Research Center, and Lincoln University College. And in 2020, we organize online, means online event because for COVID. And also we do different types of events and charitable events like disaster, cyclone, and other educational activities, short educational activities. And we are proud that our first international association with your university is happening today. Thank you for that, Dr. Tasnim, for taking the initiative. And as I mentioned, your university also have this journal, Indonesian Journal of Health Sciences Research and Development. And I request all of the participants should circulate and submit the articles in this journal, and we can collaborate to make the journal in a high standard. And as well as our foundation also have this journal, International Journal of Advancement in Life Science Research, and it is published 4 times quarterly. And it also Index Copernicus and DOI Index Journal with Google Scholar. And all the articles have as this DOI number and also have Elsevier Plumex matrix. So it is a developmental activity we do, and I think Dr. Dr. Tasneem, and of course Dr. Sri Angarini from Faculty of Science will take the advantage of Science Journal, and Dr. Sunarsi will lead the Health Science Journal matter. And again, I just want to share another thing, that as Dr. Taraknath Poddar, and we are talking about on this day, on this foundation, you can search this Poddar 1937. You can see in Google, many articles will appear, even it is published in 1937. The article is citing in 2020 and recent dates. And all these articles can be seen in online as well. You can see this article means the parasite North China's Topsei by Poddar is mentioned in the website, and you can see the article still referring in this date. So how impactful is the research they have made in that time, in 1937 itself? So without wasting much time, I again would like to share the slide, and I am taking the role of Dr. Tasneem to introduce Dr. Mala. And I think Dr. Tasneem, please proceed. Thank you, Dr. Sunasi and Dr. Sri Angarini, and all the respected delegates, Dr. Sumit Poddar, Dr. Sumita Poddar, my brothers, and Dr. Mala Bose for giving the time, and all the delegates here. Dr. Tasneem, please continue.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you too, Prof.
Very much, Dr. Sunarsi, Dr. Sri Anggarini, and Dr. Sandip Poddar. Complete.
Thank you for Dr. Page.
I will return to Mrs. Andi Mauliana.
Okay, thank you for Dr. PH Haja Tasneem, SKM PH. And next event, prayer reading by Mr. Andri Haryadin Depu, SKM PS. Time and place is yours.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning and best wishes for all of you. Before starting this event, it will be better if we pray according to our respective religions and beliefs. Let me guide them in Islam. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan yuafi nikmahu ya Rabbana walakal hamdu walakal syukru. Allahumma sholli ala Muhammadin fil awalina wal akhirin. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim, dengan mengucapkan puji syukur kehadirat-Mu atas segala rahmat dan karunia-Mu yang telah Engkau limpahkan kepada kami, sehingga kami bisa hadir bersama untuk mengikuti kegiatan World Zoonosis Day, visiting Professor to Type and Transmission of Zoonotic Disease. Untuk itu, ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Karim, jadikanlah acara kami ini sebagai acara yang Engkau ridhoi, yang membawa berkah, rahmat, taufik, dan hidayah-Mu buat kami semua. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, izinkanlah kami memohon, jadikanlah kegiatan ini sebagai penyegar, pembangkit, dan penggugah semangat kami dalam meningkatkan kualitas ilmu kami, sehingga kami bisa bekerja secara profesional, proporsional dengan baik dan tekun sebagai bukti syukur kepadamu. Ya Allah yang maha mengetahui, ilmumu begitu luas dan tak terbatas. Oleh karena itu, anugerahkanlah kepada kami ilmu yang bermanfaat sebagai bekal kami dalam menjalani kehidupan di dunia ini, serta berilah kami kekuatan untuk mampu mengamalkan dan menyebarluaskan ilmu yang telah Engkau anugerahkan kepada kami. Limpahkanlah kepada yang hadir pada acara kali ini kesehatan, kekuatan, kemudahan dan keikhlasan, serta kecerdasan dan kearifan dalam mengikuti acara ini. Ya Allah yang Maha Pengasih, satukanlah hati kami, padukanlah langkah kami, luaskan pengetahuan dan segarkanlah pemahaman kami, agar kami dapat memetik hikmah yang terkandung di dalamnya. Jadikanlah kegiatan ini sebagai amal ibadah dan dapat terlaksana dengan baik dan sukses. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, akhirnya kami hanya bisa berharap bahwa Engkau satu-satunya yang akan mendengar setiap keluh kesah kami, dan hanya Engkaulah yang akan mengabulkan setiap permohonan kami. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati wa yasifuna wa salamun ala mursalin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you, and I come back to MC Mrs. Andi Mauliana.
Thank you for
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Mr. Andri Aryadin Deku, SKMMS. Finally, our main guest, main event is guest lecture by Dr. Malabosa, PhD, which will be led by Dr. P.H. Haja Taslim, SKMMPH, or Dr. P.H. Haja Taslim, SKMMPH. Time and place is yours.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Andi Mauliana, SKNM Gas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and best wishes. We with you again. The Honorable Professor Dr. Sandip Podar from Dr. Tarak Net Podar Memorial Foundation, and Dr. Samit Podar, and also Dr. Sudipta Podar. Thank you very much for your participation today. And the Honorable our special guest, Mrs. Associate Professor Dr. Malabose, PhD from Sarojini Naidu College for Women, West Bengal State University, Kolkata, India. Thank you very much for your time to give us important knowledge today. The Honorable Dr. Sunarsi SKM, Dr. Sri Anggarini Rashid, and Dr. Erwin Asisi Jadi and also all of happy committees, lectures, and students in Mandala Waluya University. Now we come to the main event that is also very important. We will gain additional knowledge about zoonosis types and transmission. The lecture will be given by Associate Professor Dr. Malabusi, PhD from Sarojini Naidu College for Women, West Bengal State University, Kolkata, India. Before Associate Professor Dr. Malabose give her lecture, I will briefly read out her curriculum. Just a moment. Okay. Mrs. Associate Professor Dr. Malabose is an associate professor at Sarojini Naidu College for Women and the West Bengal State University, Kolkata, India. And also she has teaching experience of more than 30 years in various branches of zoology. And she has completed a project under UGC and has published multiple academic papers in journals of high reputed. And she is the author of the book Parasitosis and Zoonosis, and acts as a member of the editorial board of the International Journal Advances in Life Sciences Research. And also she has edited other books on zoology and act as a member of the board of studies at various universities. And Dr. Malapose is a fellow of Hermetology Society. Amazing academic and organization experiences. Thank you, Professor Associate Professor Dr. Malapose. It is an honor for us, especially in the public health master program and Faculty of Sciences and Technology, for the to provide to Professor Associate Professor Dr. Malapose PhD. We invite you. Time is yours. Please, time to yours, Associate Professor Dr. Malapose. I will translate. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Tasneem.
Okay,
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
good morning.
Respected organizers, Dr. Shomdeep Poddar, Vice President of Foundation, Dr. Shumit Poddar, Dr. Sudipta Poddar from Dr. Taroknath Poddar Memorial Foundation, Dr. Tasneem, Director, International Relation Institution, Mandala Walua University, Faculty of Health Sciences and Faculty of Sciences and Technology, and my dear students of Mandala Walua University, Indonesia. All of we know that 6th July is the World Zoonosis Day. It's a significant day. It marks the scientific achievement of French biologist Louis Pasteur, who invented and administered the first vaccination against rabies in the year 1885. We know that rabies is a zoonotic disease. Here, Dr. Shumit Poddar is master of rabies in India. He is a renowned person for the disease rabies. It is necessary to observe this day, if only to raise awareness among common people, especially animal lovers and those who are involved in caring or looking after animals on a daily basis. Once they become aware of the diseases that can spread between animals and humans, they can consciously prevent such transmissions and significantly reduce risks from these diseases. Coronavirus probably spread from bats to human, and we already have witnessed how it can create a major public health problem around the world. Now, what is zoonosis? Zoonoses are the infectious diseases that are transmitted from one species to the other, either from animals to human or from human to animal. The latter is sometimes known as anthroponosis or reverse zoonosis. Now, what is parasitosis? These are the infections with parasites and diseases resulting from parasitic infections. So, zoonoses are also parasitosis because those are also the infectious diseases resulting from parasitic infection. The only difference is that zoonosis needs an animal host in its life cycle. Today, I would like to restrict my discussion only on types and transmission of zoonotic diseases. Now, I will share my slide. Is the slide visible? Is the slide is visible?
Yes, yes. You make.
Yes, Professor.
Okay. The title of my discussion is?
You just make full screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we can see.
Yes, okay.
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 The title of my discussion is Zoonosis, Types and Transmission. This slide showing the book Parasitosis and Zoonosis. I will discuss and focus only on a little portion from the Division 5, Chapter 50 of this book. This is my lifetime experience as a teacher in the field of parasitology. First, I will discuss on types of zoonosis. Zoonosis can be divided into three main types on the basis of reservoir host, life cycle, and etiological agent. First, I will discuss on the type on the basis of reservoir host. Now, what is reservoir host? Host that harbors an infection. The parasite does not produce any manifest symptoms, but remains in the host and keeps up the infection, maintains a carrier state. So on the basis of reservoir host, it can be divided into number one, anthropozoonosis, where the transmission takes place between lower vertebrate animals to human. Example is the disease ascariasis. Number two, anthroponosis, where the transmission occurred from human to lower vertebrate. Examples, schistosomiasis, tuberculosis in cats and monkeys, amoebiasis, etc. Number three, amphixenosis. Here, infection maintained in nature between man and lower vertebrate animals, which may be transmitted in either direction. Example of such diseases are salmonellosis, streptococcosis, staphylococcosis, etc. Number four, anthroponosis, where transmission occurs between human to human. Rubella, smallpox are the examples. Number five, isozoonosis. Here, infection maintained in human and lower vertebrate animals, where clinical signs and pathology are same in both. In case of anthrax, we can see both human and animals, especially cattle, show some common pathogeny and symptoms. Now, on the basis of life cycle, zoonosis can be divided into number one, direct zoonosis, where transmission occurs either by direct contact or by contact with a mechanical vector, where the agent undergoes no developmental changes during transmission. Example, rabies, brucellosis. Next, cyclozoonosis. Here, the infective agents require more than one vertebrate host, but no invertebrate host to complete their developmental cycle. Cyclozoonosis can be divided into two subtypes. Number one, obligatory. Here, man may be one of the vertebrate hosts. Example, teniasis. Number two, non-obligatory, where man may or may not be the host, Human involvement is the exception rather than the rule. Example, hydrated disease.
Madam,
Yes, yes.
just stop and Dr. Tasni will translate.
Oh, okay, Dr. Tasneem.
Can you back the previous your slide first, please?
My first slide.
Yes, yes. Go to back so she can translate from there.
Perhaps for slide.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu, Profesor Dr. Malapuse akan menjelaskan tentang tipe dan transmission ya, transmission untuk penyakit zoonosis ya. Jadi penyakit zoonosis, can you next slide please? Next. Ini adalah yang dijelaskan adalah bagian dari buku yang ditulis oleh Asosiasi Profesor Dr. Mala. Jadi jenis untuk zoonosis ini adalah untuk dasarnya sebagai host ya, tempat berkembangnya, dan nanti akan dijelaskan dasar-dasar tentang siklus kehidupannya dan agent etiologinya ya. Next please. Jadi jenis zoonosis ini sebagai dasar untuk induk semang ya, tempat hidup untuk mengenai infeksi dan parasit yang tidak memproduksi tanda-tanda yang manifest, tetapi tetap menjadi tempat dan memanipulasi infeksi dan memaintain untuk terjadinya transmission. Jadi ada beberapa jenis yang pertama disebut anthropozoonosis. Ini adalah hewan prebata yang rendah ya, kategori rendah. Ini transmisinya dari contohnya Ascariasis, dan tipe yang kedua adalah zooanthroponosis. Ini dari manusia ke animal, jadi ada dari hewan ke manusia, manusia ke hewan ya. Ini contohnya Schistosomiasis tuberculosis ya pada kucing, dan monyet ya, dan amoebiasis, dan juga amphisenosis. Ini infeksi yang secara alam antara manusia dan binatang vertebrata yang banyak ditransmisi langsung ya, di antara bisa dari manusia ke hewan dan sebaliknya, seperti salmonellosis, streptococcus dan staphylococcus, dan anthroponosis. Ini dari manusia ke manusia ya terjadinya ya, seperti rubella, smallpox, dan tipe yang terakhir adalah isozoonosis, infeksi yang diakibatkan oleh terjadi dari manusia ke vertebrata ya. Ini adalah ada tanda-tanda klinik dan parasito yang sama di keduanya. Ini contohnya amoebiasis, salmonellosis, anthrax ya. Ini menyebabkan beberapa penyakit pada manusia dan juga pada hewan, khususnya jenis hewan peliharaan ya. Thank you, Dr. Mala, please continue.
Now,
okay, yeah.
Now the metazoonosis. This is also on the basis of life cycle. The third one is metazoonosis, where transmission involves invertebrate vector in which the agent develops and multiplies within the host. Example of this disease is plague, which requires rat flea, and ectoparasite of rodents that transmit the disease between rat and man and between rats. So on the basis of metazoonosis, it can be divided into 4 subtypes. Number 1 subtype requires 1 vertebrate host and 1 invertebrate host. Example, yellow fever. Subtype 2 requires 1 vertebrate and 2 invertebrate hosts. Example, paragonimiasis. Subtype 3 requires 2 vertebrate hosts and 1 invertebrate host. Example, clonorchiasis, and subtype 4, where trans-ovarian transmission takes place, that is, some tick-borne diseases. Trans-ovarian transmission is when transmission takes place through ovum. Next type is porozoonosis. It involves both vertebrate host and a non-animal developmental site or reservoir, such as food, soil, plant, organic matter, and other. Various forms of larvomigrants fall into this category. Now, the next slide is type of zoonosis on the basis of etiological agent. Etiological agent means causative agent, the disease causing agent. On the basis of etiological agents, it can be divided into number 1, viral zoonosis, where the infection takes place by viral infection, diseases like rabies, influenza, yellow fever. Bacterial zoonosis, where bacteria is the causative agent. Examples are brucellosis, plague. Protozoan zoonosis takes place by protozoan infection, such as toxoplasmosis by Toxoplasma gondii, trypanosomiasis, leishmaniasis. Helminthic zoonosis, where the causative agent is helminth. Diseases like teniasis, schistosomiasis, trichinelliasis by Trichinella spiralis, schistosomiasis by Schistosoma, teniasis by Tinea solium, Tinea saginata. Next, fungal zoonosis. Example, cryptococcosis. Ectoparasitic zoonosis, where many of the ectoparasites acts as carrier of some diseases like scabies, myiasis, etc., etc. Now, after the types of zoonosis, we come to the transmission, mode of transmission of zoonotic agents to man.
Madam, wait, please. Dr. Tasnim will
Oh.
translate.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Continue. Okay, dasar.
Very tough job for you.
Ya, thank you very much. Jadi ke siklus hidupnya untuk penyakit yang disebabkan oleh zoonosis ini, yaitu seperti untuk penyakit metazoonosis ini ditransmisikan melibatkan faktor ya, pembawa faktor yang bertulang belakang invertebrate ya, sebagai agen untuk mengembangkan beberapa wabah ya. Jadi wabah ini mengakibatkan wabah yang transmit penyakit antara tikus, manusia, dan di antara tikus itu sendiri ya. Jadi dasarnya kehidupannya ini perlu host, tempat untuk ini. Jadi metazoonosis ini dibagi menjadi 4 tipe ya. Tipe pertama, tipe kedua, dan tipe keempat. Tipe pertama ini meminta tulang belakang ya, tulang belakang, dan juga host yang tidak tulang belakang. Jadi tempat untuk indungnya. Kemudian yang tipe kedua ini meminta satu yang bertulang belakang tempat hidupnya, dan 2 yang tidak bertulang belakang. Ini contohnya ada yellow fever, ada paragonimiasis penyakitnya, dan ada tipe 3 ini meminta 2 yang host yang vertebrate bertulang belakang dan host yang 1 tidak bertulang belakang ya. Contohnya penyakit clonorchiasis ya. Ini beberapa penyakit. Dan tipe yang keempat ini adalah yang ditransmisikan meletakkan pada tempat-tempatnya seperti Sporozonosis ini melibatkan keduanya, ya, keduanya host yang bertulang belakang dan juga hewan yang dikembangkan dari tempat induknya seperti makanan, tanah, tumbuh-tumbuhan atau materi-materi zat-zat organik lainnya. Ini berbagai larva ya, larva migran. Oke, next please. Jadi penyebab agentnya untuk tipe zoonosis ini bisa tipe viral, bisa bakteri, berita protozoa, ya, bisa jamur, dan bisa ektoparasitnya, penyakitnya bermacam-macam seperti viral rabies, ya, bakteri brucellosis, plague, kemudian protozoa, penyakitnya toxoplasmoniasis, bisa dilihat di situ, ya, untuk helminthes ya, dan jamur, Christophosis, dan scabies, ya, scabies. Okay, thanks. Mala, continue please.
Okay. Now, the modes of transmission of zoonotic agents to man, it can be direct by biting or scratching, and by indirect transmission takes place by inoculation, inhalation, ingestion. By direct transmission, where direct transmission occurs in case of many ectoparasitic diseases like tularemia, where the causative agent is Francisella tularensis, transmitted by ticks, which is the carrier of the disease. In case of amoebiasis, infection occurs by ingestion of 4-nucleated cystic stage of the parasite. The causative agent is Entamoeba histolytica. In case of teniasis, occur by ingesting the egg of Tinea solium or Tinea saginata. Some of the blood parasites are inoculated within the body by the vectors or carriers. Diseases like malaria, leishmaniasis, trypanosomiasis are few examples of such diseases takes place by inoculation. Influenza, COVID-19 infection occur by inhalation of fluid droplets, whereas in case of Enterobius vermicularis infection, the eggs are inhaled within the body. Next, the congenitally transmitted disease is toxoplasmosis, where the causative agent is Toxoplasma gondii. Trichomoniasis is transmitted by venereal means, that is, it is a sexually transmitted disease, where the causative agent is Trichomonas vaginalis. There are some few other roots fall under miscellaneous roots. In case of ankylostomiasis, the causative agent ankylostoma enters through skin. Some of the blood parasites, while blood transfusion, get into the body of the host through blood transfusion. Some helminths follow transmammary route. Next, role of animals and birds in transmission of diseases. Many animals, wild and domestic animals acts as reservoir host or definitive host or intermediate host for many of the diseases. Cattle and buffalo act as host of the disease anthrax, bovine tuberculosis, cowpox, fasciolosis, salmonellosis. Sheep goat hosts the disease anthrax, Q fever, rabies, toxoplasmosis, trichinellosis. Number of diseases are transmitted by swine. such as anthrax, Japanese encephalitis, swine vesicular disease, salmonellosis, trichinellosis, etc., etc. Dog also carry many diseases: rabies, Q fever, salmonellosis, dipylidiasis, dracunculiasis, filariasis, leishmaniasis. Diphtheria, rabies, Q fever, toxoplasmosis is carried by cat. Horse also act as carrier of many diseases like anthrax, equine influenza, equine encephalitis, Japanese encephalitis, etc., etc. Besides these domestic animals, there are many wild animals and rodents that carry the disease, plague, rabies, leishmaniasis, simian malaria, trichinellosis, trypanosomiasis, etc. Birds are the carrier of many diseases like avian influenza. We know the pandemic occurred, H5N1 strain of influenza A virus, psittacosis by parrot, salmonellosis, toxoplasmosis, Carcinal forest fever, etc., etc. So these are some common parasitic diseases transmitted by warm-blooded vertebrates. Next, there
Dr. Tasneem will translate.
Okay, can previous please again. Thanks. Peran penularan binatang dan burung secara umum penyakit parasit ini ditularkan oleh hewan vertebrata yang berdarah ya. Contohnya seperti ternak cattle ya, ternak ya. Kemudian kerbau, ini seperti anthrax, tuberculosis, cowpox atau salmonellosis, atau biri-biri atau kambing ya, seperti anthrax, penyakit demam Q, rabies, toxoplasmosis dan trichinellosis ya. Dan juga babi, swine babi seperti anthrax atau penyakitnya di Japanese encephalitis ya, yang kepala besar, atau penyakit babi ya, namanya swine vesicular disease dan salmonellosis. Nah, ini influenza dan rabies oleh babi, dan juga anjing untuk rabies, dan demam Q, salmonella dan filariasis, dan juga kucing, kuda ya, dan juga binatang liar, dan juga pengerat seperti tikus ya, tikus. Nah, ini kutu ya, rabies, plague namanya ya, siminia, dan juga burung. Ini adalah nama-nama hewan ya, hewan yang berdarah ya, vertebrata, yang sebagai peran penular ya, hewan penular. Oke, thanks, Dr. Mala. Next.
now the diseases transmitted by warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals are carrier of many diseases, but name of these diseases are not familiar with us. But yet we know that Dr. Taruknath Poddar worked on these diseases, acanthocephaliasis, where the causative agent is acanthocephala. So, fish, frogs, snake, crabs, crayfishes, oysters, seafood, shellfish, those are the carrier or the hosts of many diseases. The names are not familiar with us, such as fish and frog carry diaptopymiasis. A giant kidney worm is the causative agent of the disease Diaptopymia renal. Snake frog carry gnathostomiasis, pentastomiasis by snake. Fish acts as transport host between two vertebrate hosts in case of some diseases like sparganosis, gnathostomiasis, acanthocephaliasis, etc., etc. Paragonimiasis by crayfishes and crabs, cholera through oyster, seafood, etc. Vibriosis by shellfish. Will you translate?
Oke. Penyakit dari yang ditularkan oleh binatang yang berdarah dingin. Wah, ini tidak hanya binatang ya, manusia berdarah dingin juga ada ya. Jadi jenisnya adalah binatangnya seperti ikan, katak ya, katak, ular, ikan sebagai hostnya, dan juga kepiting, udang, kerang, dan cumi-cumi ya. Ini semuanya, dan masing-masing animal ini menyebabkan penyakit yang spesifik masing-masing. Seperti ikan, katak ini seperti dioptolimiasis ya penyebabnya. Ini juga mempengaruhi ke ginjal ya, ginjal. Katak, ular, beberapa penyakit yang disebabkannya disebut gnathostomiasis, dan ular pentastomiasis ya, ikan sparganosis, ikan sebagai hostnya, kepiting dan sebagainya. Oke, thanks. Dr. Mala, continue please.
And now we come to the factors responsible for epidemiology of zoonosis. There are many factors. I will discuss one by one. Deforestation and reforestation, anthropogenic activities and natural disasters, movements of pathogens, vectors, and animal hosts, natural and anthropogenic movement of animals, translocation of animals, import of non-native species, human behavior and demographic factors, microbial adaptation, and genetic change. All these are factors responsible for epidemiology of zoonosis. Now, the first one is deforestation and reforestation. Habitat destruction, that is deforestation, due to human civilization has led the wild animals to migrate to human settlements during food scarcity. But reforestation has also favored transmission of some diseases like Lyme disease through increased population of white-tailed deer and deer mice. These are white-tailed deer. This is the deer mice, and the carrier of the disease, a tick vector. So reforestation has favored transmission of Lyme disease through increased population of white-tailed deer and deer mice, and abundance of tick vectors, Exodus scapularis, in northeastern United States. Wild rodents are the reservoir of hantavirus, and humans are infected aerogenically by inhaling aerosols containing the virus. Anthropogenic activities, natural disaster, and climate change. Various anthropogenic activities like irrigation scheme, dam construction, creation of artificial ponds and lakes, deforestation, industrialization, urbanization, farm management, natural disasters, those have a serious effect on the ecology of an area, resulting in the spread of zoonotic diseases. These are some of the anthropogenic activities: intensified agriculture, livestock production, illegal poorly regulated wildlife, antimicrobial resistance. All these affect the epidemiology of zoonotic diseases. The third is movement of pathogens, vector, and animal host. The West Nile virus infection originated in the Middle East, but entered in New York in the year 1999. Here the disease entered the United States in the year 1999. It is an example of introduction and establishment of pathogen the West Nile virus outbreak in USA highlighted that important and establishment of vector-borne pathogens outside their current habitat represent a serious danger to the world. In the year 1999, it enters the United States here. Within a few years, it covered the whole of the United States and become very serious there. So, the pathogens outside their current habitat represent a serious danger to the world. Will you translate, ma'am?
Back, yeah, okay. Back again. Can you back again, please? Your slide.
This is, oh, sorry, this one.
Yes, yes, okay. Faktor yang bertanggung jawab kepada epidemiologi zoonosis ini, ya, perubahan ekologi ini mempengaruhi epidemiologi penyakit zoonosis dengan tempat indung hidup binatang, ya, binatang liar. Contohnya adalah deforestation apa, pengundulan hutan, ya, penebangan hutan atau penghijauan. Dan oke, next please. Contoh untuk pengundulan, ya, hujan, ya, dan apa, reforestation atau penghijauan ini habitatnya karena deforestation, pengundulan menjadi rusak, ya, karena kegiatan manusia ini memimpin hewan-hewan liar ini pindah, ya, pindah ke tempat manusia ketika ada krisis makanan di dalam hutan, ya. Jadi hewannya pindah ke kehidupan manusia. Ketika penghijauan ini lebih apa, penularannya oleh penyakit lim ini melalui peningkatan populasi, ya, populasi yang dari biri-biri, ya, biri-biri atau biri-biri tikus, ya, biri-biri tikus, ya, dan beberapa faktor kecil, ya, seperti apa ini? Kalau di Northeastern United States ini ada binatang kecil ini, apa kayak laba-laba, ya. Atau hewan pengerat liar ini sebagai indung, ini untuk virus, dan juga manusia diinfeksi melalui inhaling, ya, pernafasan yang mengandung virus, ya, aerosol itu, ya, untuk aerosol. Jadi terhirup aerosolnya, oke. Dan kegiatan antropogenik ini seperti bencana alam dan perubahan iklim, ini berbagai aktivitas seperti irigasi, konstruksi bangunan, ya, kreasi apa, ini apa, seperti pond, ya, dan deforestation, industri, urbanisasi, kemudian pengelolaan pertanian, ya, bencana alam juga. Ini serius, ya, bahaya yang paling signifikan terhadap perubahan ekologi, ya, yang mengakibatkan penularan penyakit zoonotik. Oke, thanks. Jadi pergerakan untuk patogen, vektor, dan juga hewan sebagai hostnya ini adalah di daerah barat ini ke Middle East, masuk di New York tahun 1999, dan khususnya menyebar di dalam United States, ya, contohnya masuk di patogen, ya, terbangun patogen di Amerika, dan juga West Nile virus. Nah, ini wabah di USA. Ini penting dan membangun faktor-faktor patogen sebagai bahaya ya, Dr. Mala.
Can I proceed? This is the global distribution of the West Nile virus. Now, movement of pathogen vectors and animal spread of rabies is due to the movement of animal hosts. Movement of wild animals is an important factor in the appearance of rabies in new locations. It was introduced in North America by infected dog in the early 18th century and spread to a variety of wild terrestrial mammals. Rabies became established in raccoons in mid-Atlantic states in the late 1970s when raccoons were translocated from southeastern United States where it was endemic. In 1988, outbreak occurred in Finland through wolves migrating from Russia during winter time along the ice-packed coast. In the Arctic, ice links the continent together. Here is the Russia, is Finland. It comes from Russia to Finland through this Arctic region where in winter, the ice-packed region helps them to migrate from Russia to Finland. Next, natural and anthropogenic movement of animals. Occurrence of human tuberculosis is also an example of movement of animals. We know the causative agent of tuberculosis, human tuberculosis, is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, but bovine tuberculosis is caused by Mycobacterium bovis. Genomic analysis have proved that Mycobacterium tuberculosis is a human adapted variety of Mycobacterium bovis that was acquired from cattle. Factors include close contact between humans and cattle. Some of the groups keep their animals indoors, and the custom of drinking raw milk, raw meat, and other meat products cause the Mycobacterium bovis to infect human, causing tuberculosis. Can I continue? Are you?
Okay, I translate.
Sorry.
I think. Yeah, previous.
Spread of rabies.
Okay, next, please. Okay.
Occurrence of tuberculosis.
Yes.
Then translocation of animals. Spread of Echinococcosis multilocularis. Echinococcosis is a tapeworm. Main hosts are canids, especially foxes. Intermediate hosts are small rodents, and humans are the accidental intermediate host. So Echinococcus multilocularis was detected for the first time in Norway in the archipelago of Spitsbergen. The parasite spreads from Russia by natural movement of the Arctic fox, which is the main host. This is the Arctic fox, which is the main host. The intermediate host, common vole, they are rodent, had previously been translocated to Spitsbergen, possibly through imported animal feed. In Copenhagen, Denmark, in 2000, Echinococcus multilocularis was detected in a traffic-killed red fox. So the theory is that the fox had traveled from Central Europe where the disease is endemic. Here the disease is endemic. So translocation of animal spread the disease caused by Echinococcus multilocularis to human, which is mainly a disease of canids, from where infection takes place to human. Next, import of non-native species. In these days, we are hearing a name of a disease, monkeypox, how it's spread. It is a rare zoonosis caused by pox virus. It is endemic in Africa. First found in monkey in the year 1958 and later on in other animals, especially rodents. African squirrel is the natural host. This one is the African squirrel. First outside Africa were in United States associated with infected prairie dogs. These are prairie dogs. Prairie dogs are not the dogs, they are rodents. They bark like dogs, so they are named as dog, prairie dogs. So first outside Africa were in United States associated with infected prairie dog. Outbreak was linked to imported African rodents from Ghana. These are imported from Ghana to United States. The infected imported rodents have transmitted the virus to these prairie dogs. This transmission illustrates how non-native animal species can create serious public health problems when they introduce a disease to native animals and human population. The World Health Organization, as on June 2, 2022, monkeypox cases have been reported in 27 different non-endemic countries. May I continue? Or will you translate?
Okay, thank you very much. Can previous slide, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Perpindahan lokal. Okay, yeah.
From here?
Yeah. Thanks. Oke, pergerakan patogen dan faktor dan juga host animal binatang sebagai host, ini penyebaran untuk rabies bergerak dari binatang liar. Ini merupakan faktor yang penting di lokasi baru ya. Jadi ini masuk di Amerika Utara, ini yang diinfeksi oleh anjing, ini pada sekitar abad 18-an ya, dan penyebarannya ke beberapa hewan mamal ya, hewan liar ya. Kemudian rabies menjadi rakon ya, menjadi rakon untuk di tempat Atlantik ya, di bagian Atlantik Tengah ini pada tahun akhir 70-an ketika rakon ini dipindahkan dari Amerika di mana menjadi endemiknya, dan pada tahun 88 terjadi wabah di Finland melalui wolf ini migrasi dari Rusia. Jadi selama musim dingin, nah ini musim dingin ini dari wolf ini beruang ya. Ini di Arktik. Jadi karena banyak es bersama di daerah-daerah negara yang dingin seperti green atau yellow, loris, golden, medium, dan bagian region ya, benua-benua yang punya risiko tinggi. Oke, next please.
Yes.
Slide. Dan pergerakan antropomedik dan alam secara natural oleh hewan ini terjadi untuk tuberkulosis pada manusia, yaitu Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Ini adalah agent dari ke manusia ya untuk tuberkulosis, dan ini disebabkan oleh Mycobacterium bovis ya. Jadi dari jenis M tuberculosis. Nah, ini adalah varietas yang diadapted oleh ke manusia dari Mycobacterium bovis. Ini diminta beberapa cattle ini apa ya, hewan ya, jadi hewan ini. Kemudian di beberapa kelompok di hewan indoors, hewan ya menyebab ini tanda-tanda di di susu ya, susu yang mentah yang diminum atau daging yang mentah dan produk-produk lainnya untuk daging. Oke, next. Jadi perpindahan karena lokasi perpindahan untuk hewan, jadi penyebaran untuk Echinococcus multilocularis ini adalah host utama untuk Echinococcus multilocularis ya. Nah, ini adalah canid ya, khususnya untuk fox ya. Ini hostnya adalah small rodent, tikus ya, tikus ya, pengerat ya, hewan kecil pengerat. Kemudian Echinococcus multilocularis ini dideteksi pertama kali di Norwegia di daerah Springbergen ya. Jadi penularan penyebaran parasit dari Rusia secara pergerakan alam untuk Arctic fox yang di hostnya ya, sebagai host utama Arctic foxnya. Kemudian host intermediate-nya adalah tempatnya adalah rodent ya. Rodent itu pengerat, itu hewan pengerat. Nah, ini kemudian dipindahkan ke Springbergen melalui makanan ya, hewan yang dimakan. Jadi hewan yang dimakan ya. Jadi melalui hewan-hewan yang dimakan itu. Jadi di Copenhagen, Denmark tahun 2000 ini untuk Echinococcus multilocularis ini dideteksi ini membunuh red fox ya, cacar merah itu. Jadi ini fox sudah bergerak dari Eropa, kemudian di beberapa penyakit ini menjadi endemik di Eropa, pusat Eropa. Oke, next please. Jadi penting untuk spesies untuk virus cacar ya, dari monkey ya, tikus ya. Jadi ini zoonosis yang jarang ini disebabkan oleh virus pox endemik di Afrika. Jadi pertama ditemukan monkey ya. Jadi monkey itu tahun 58 dan kemudian beberapa binatang yang lain khususnya binatang pengerat ini sebagai host naturalnya secara alamiah. Jadi kemudian keluar dari Afrika, kemudian masuk ke Amerika ya, di beberapa ini diinfeksi oleh anjing, kemudian wabah dihubungkan dengan di Afrika ya, tikus Afrika yang dari Ghana. Jadi hewan-hewan pengerat dari Ghana ini menjadi penular penyakit untuk dan juga ke anjing yang di Amerika. Kemudian penularan secara non-natif, secara alam spesies ini diciptakan melalui permasalahan yang serius di kesehatan masyarakat. Ya, ini akhirnya muncul beberapa penyakit animal secara alam di lingkup manusia ya. Dan WHO untuk pada tahun Juni tikus ini cacar tikus ya, ini menyebabkan di 27 negara yang tidak endemik, berbagai negara di dunia ya. Oke, thanks. Next please.
Now, the next factor the behavior, eating behavior Demographic factors is the next factor. Hiking, camping, and hunting activities are the risk factors for some zoonotic diseases with the wildlife reservoir. Some of the tick-borne diseases, example, these are the ticks, which have some causative agent causing the disease tularemia. Eating habits can also play a role. Eating some exotic meat of animals, such as bear, increasing the risk of acquiring trichinosis. Demographic factors and human behavior has a great role in development of AIDS into a global public health problem. The origin of HIV, the virus causing AIDS, is still a matter of controversy. In West Africa, HIV spread from non-human primates. At first, it spread from a non-human primate to human, then human to human transmission takes place. In case of spread of COVID, we know that it may originate from bat. The virus may first come from bat. So exotic feeding habit likely spread the virus to man, and then human to human transmission takes place. So in case of spread of COVID-19, this feeding habit and demographic pattern influence the epidemiology of the disease. Genomic analysis revealed that SARS-CoV-2 is phylogenetically related to severe acute respiratory syndrome like bat viruses. Therefore, bats could be the possible primary reservoir. Now, the microbial adaptation influence the epidemiology of zoonosis. These changes include mutations, activation, and silencing of genes, genetic recombination, conjugation, natural selection, and evolution also play a role. In case of SARS-CoV-2, we found that is rapidly evolved and mutate continuously, giving rise to various variants with variable degrees of infectivity and lethality. After alpha, beta, gamma, and delta variants, emerged the Omicron variant. This variant evolved due to the accumulation of high numbers of mutations, especially in the spike protein. Several theories are there to explain how the Omicron has gathered such a high number of mutations within less time. These are the varieties that are found in case of COVID-19, the SARS-CoV-2 variety of strains, alpha, delta, beta, gamma. First, the beta, then alpha, then gamma, then delta, and lastly, the Omicron. Now, when it occurs in China in the year 2019, at the end of 2019 in Wuhan, in China. But within a few months, within 3 months, the pathogen has spread to almost all countries. At the end of the lecture, I will show you a slide, a video, how fast it has spread. Now, genetic changes also a factor that affect epidemiology of influenza or any other disease. Epidemiology of influenza A is influenced by genetic changes. The virus has 2 main surface antigens, hemagglutinin with 13 subtypes and neuraminidase with 9 subtypes. All these subtypes have been isolated from birds. Only few combinations have been found in mammals. Suddenly, an antigenically different strain occurred in 20th century, which is transmissible in human, termed antigenic shift. the new pandemic strain is H5N1, is highly pathogenic avian influenza, caused a severe outbreak in poultry in Southeast Asia in the year 2004 and has a capacity to infect humans. So genetic changes has a serious effect on epidemiology of the disease. May I go to the previous slide? This is eating habit and demographic pattern.
Yes, thanks. Jadi perubahan perilaku manusia dan faktor demografi ya seperti hiking, camping, ya kegiatan memburu ya, ini faktor risiko di penyakit zoonotic ya di tempat hidup binatang liar ya seperti tick-borne disease, penyakit tularemia dan sebagainya. Dan kebiasaan makan ini juga berperan penting ya, seperti makan daging dari binatang yang eksotik ya seperti rusa ya, ini meningkatkan risiko untuk trichinelosis ya, bir ya, beruang ya, ini exotic animal ya, beruang dan sebagainya, ini hal-hal yang eksotik ya. Dan faktor demografi seperti perilaku manusia ya. Perilaku manusia ini juga peran yang untuk mengembangkan AIDS ya, masuk ke masalah kesehatan masyarakat global. Ini HIV ya, virus menyebabkan penyakit AIDS ya. Ini tetap menjadi masalah untuk khususnya di Afrika Barat. Ini penyebaran HIV ke manusia dari non-human primate ya, dari hewan contohnya, dan non-human primate ya. Next please. Jadi penyebaran untuk COVID, perilaku makan dan faktor demografi serta traveling ya, perdagangan dan sebagainya. Jadi muncul COVID-19 ya, COVID ya. Ini khususnya disebabkan oleh kelelawar ya, pertamanya ya, sebagai hostnya adalah kelelawar, kemudian menyebar kelelawar ke manusia atau kelelawar ke makanan yang dimakan ya. Kalau kelelawar sebagai daging yang dimakan, kemudian masuk ke manusia dan manusia sebagai host, kemudian manusia menularkan ke antar manusia. Oke, next please. Jadi ini adaptasi untuk mikroba ya. Jadi mikroba ini beradaptasi mempengaruhi epidemiologi untuk penyakit zoonosis. Jadi perubahan-perubahan mikroba ini termasuk mutasinya ya, aktivasinya, dan gen yang tersembunyi ya, gen yang tersembunyi, dan kombinasi genetik, konjugasi, dan seleksi alam atau evolusi ini juga sebagai peran penting untuk terjadinya penyakit epidemiologi ya, perpindahan epidemiologi penyakit zoonosis. Jadi seperti SARS, COVID atau penyakit COVID-19 ini juga mendukung secara cepat mutasi secara terus-meneruskan, ya, meningkatkan berbagai varian di tingkat infeksi ya, dan mulai dari setelah itu kemudian ada alfa, ada beta, ada gamma ya. Delta varian, muncul Omikron yang baru ini, dan varian ini muncul karena akumulasi dari jumlah mutasi ya, khususnya protein ya, beberapa protein ya, perubahan perubahan, dan teori ini adalah menjelaskan bagaimana Omikron ini menjadi mutasi yang jumlah yang tertinggi untuk di dalam waktu yang singkat. Oke, next slide please. Jadi ini adalah SARS-CoV-nya ya, dan varian Omicron yang dilaporkan oleh WHO. Ini adalah Oke, next. Peta wabah pada April. Sudah perubahan genetik, jadi epidemiologi dari influenza A misalnya ya, ini dipengaruhi oleh perubahan gen ya, gen. Jadi virus punya dua permukaan antigen ya, permukaan antigen yaitu hemaglutamin dengan 13 tipe subtipe dan neuraminidase ya dengan 9 subtipe. Semuanya tipe ini adalah diisolasi dari burung ya. Jadi hanya beberapa kombinasi yang ditemukan di hewan mamalia ya, hewan mamalia selain burung. Kemudian muncul antigen yang berbeda yang merenggangkan terjadi pada abad 20-an. Ini adalah penularan di manusia yang digantikan oleh antigenik. Jadi pandemik yang baru yang meregakan disebut H5N1 ini adalah patogen avian ya, dari burung, influenza burung ya, yang disebabkan oleh beberapa wabah di ternak ya, di peternakan di Asia ya, di Asia di tahun Southeast Asia, Asia Tenggara tahun 2004 dan menjadi kapasitas untuk menginfeksi manusia. Oke, next. Dr. Mala, thanks.
Now, why are infections from animals are so dangerous to you? The new coronavirus is the latest example of a virus that jumped from animal to human, and we have seen the consequences in case of COVID-19. A virus that evolves in animal but has an ability to infect human may be more deadly. Bats can carry a number of viruses without getting ill, and infections spread from bat to human and among bats as they can fly long distances and roost close to each other. Zoonotic diseases can be so deadly because we have no pre-existing immunity. Immune system of animals are very different from those of humans. They have special defense mechanisms that humans lack. Our immune system was never introduced to those novel viruses, so it does not know how to respond to the uninvited guest. Most of the viruses that entered the human body are successfully destroyed by the immune system or pass through our gastrointestinal system. However, an animal virus manages to replicate within a human host. The moment where the animal virus replicates within the body of the first human is crucial. At this critical point, the virus can mutate and evolve under the selective constraints of the human body for the first time, adapting and improving itself for replication in this new host. At this time, the human immune system must retaliate. It needs to catch up with the virus evolution and create an immune response. The human body has never been confronted with this threat before and therefore has no pre-existing immunity. Sometimes, disastrous overreaction of the immune system takes place, known as cytokine storm. Now, what is cytokine storm? Cytokines are chemical signaling molecules that guide a healthy immune response. But in a cytokine storm, level of certain cytokines soar far beyond what's needed, and immune cells start to attack healthy tissues. Blood vessels leak, blood pressure drops, clots form, and catastrophic organ failure takes place. Part of the immune system, of the adaptive immune system, takes days or longer to act. In the meantime, the virus may already evolve to replicate faster or even escape the immune system retaliation. Then start the arms race. Animal virus and human immune system have entered an arms race, and like any arms race, one of the two competitors could win, or both competitors could reach a stalemate where neither is perfectly happy, but neither is killed off. When viruses evolve to a host, they become less dangerous to that host, but they want to ensure their own transmission. So, don't want to rapidly kill the host before they get chance to replicate. Viruses that normally circulate among people can evolve to become less lethal as this helps them spread. So, biologists have been warning for decades about the risks of animal viruses spreading to people and calling for more surveillance and preparation. Over the last 2 decades, a number of emerging diseases have broken out as epidemics in various parts of the world, which have triggered the realization that human, animal, and environmental health are intertwined. That is one world, one health. It is an approach in which multiple sectors communicate and work together to achieve better public health outcomes. Lastly, I have to say that mainly for our students, my dear students, stay away from zoonoses, but not from animals. They can be great friends. They need to be kept healthy for us and for the health of our planet. According to Rudolf Virchow, a German physician who coined the term zoonosis, according to him, between animal and human medicine, there are no dividing lines, nor should there be. There are few quotations about the animals. When I look into the eyes of an animal, I do not see an animal, I see a living being, I see a friend, I feel a soul, by Anthony Douglas Williams. Until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened, and told France. So, there is, I ending my lecture. I have to share a video. I will give the link. I will give you in the next time. I will give you the link. Here is the link also, this YouTube link.
Hi, I'm Srikant Parmachekut.
Sorry. See how fast COVID-19 spread. The severity of the virus. Within a few months, they spread all over the country, and how the alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and omicron varieties arise. Thank you, Dr. Tasneem. You have done a very Herculean job translating the whole thing.
Okay, thanks very much. Can you slide before video, please? The last four slide.
Yeah, I must sharing the last portion of the slide. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, I'm sharing.
Your slide, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I think. Yeah. Before that.
Why are infections from animals are so dangerous to humans?
Yes. Jadi mengapa infeksi dari hewan itu sangat berbahaya ke manusia? Jadi virus corona yang baru ini adalah contoh yang terakhir untuk virus yang jumping ya, bergerak dari hewan ke manusia, dan kita sudah melihat konsekuensinya di kasus untuk COVID-19 ini. Jadi virus ini berkembang di hewan, tetapi punya kemampuan untuk menginfeksi manusia. Jadi tidak hanya hewan, tapi manusia juga. Jadi ini mungkin menjadi lebih mematikan ya. Kelelawar misalnya dapat membawa berbagai virus tanpa mulai sakit ya, tanpa orang sakit. Jadi infeksi, penyebaran infeksi dari kelelawar ke manusia, dan beberapa kelelawar juga ini mereka dapat terbang dengan jarak jauh ya, dan ke yang lainnya ya. Jadi penyakit zoonotik ini dapat dikatakan dengan sangat mematikan karena kita bila tidak punya imunisasi ya, kekebalan tubuh awalnya ya, di dalam tubuhnya yang ada ya, tidak kebal tubuhnya. Jadi sistem imun dari hewan ini sangat berbeda dari imunnya manusia. Jadi mereka punya spesifikasi untuk mekanisme kurang dari manusia ya. Jadi kalau sistem imun kita ini tidak pernah diintroduce ya untuk berbagai novel virus, jadi ini tidak mengetahui bagaimana untuk merespon ke hal yang baru ya, yang muncul ya, tamu yang baru di tubuh kita. Jadi beberapa virus yang masuk ke tubuh manusia ini sukses menghancurkan. Jadi suksesnya dihancurkan oleh sistem imun ya, melalui gastrointestinal system ya. Tetapi untuk virus binatang ini mengelola untuk replikasi di tubuh manusia sebagai host ya. Jadi saat ini di mana virus dari hewan itu mereplikasi di dalam tubuh ya, yang pertama manusia ini adalah penting ya. Jadi poin yang kritis ya, jadi virus dapat mutate ya, berkembang ya, mutasi dan berkembang di bawah seleksi tubuh manusia yang constraint, yang itu jarang ya, dan kurang adaptasi dan perbaikan untuk replikasi di host yang baru. Jadi saat ini sistem kekebalan kekebalan tubuh manusia ini adalah harus retaliate ya, jadi harus ditingkatkan. Ini butuh untuk atau meng-catch up ya, jadi mengenali evolusi virus dan menciptakan respon kekebalan tubuh ya. Jadi kekebalan tubuh ini tak pernah ya berkonfrontasi dengan ancaman sebelumnya. Oleh karena itu kekebalan yang awal di dalam tubuh ini kadang-kadang disastrous ya, jadi tidak overacting, jadi bergerak over untuk sistem kekebalan tubuh ini harus diketahui ya. Oke, next slide please. Jadi yang kedua, mengapa infeksi dari hewan itu sangat berbahaya ke manusia. Yang kedua adalah, yang pertama yaitu karena badai sitokin ya, namanya badai sitokin. Ini adalah molekul kimia ya, sebagai guide untuk respon kekebalan kesehatan ya. Tetapi sitokin ini, badai sitokin ini levelnya ini di luar ya, dan butuh untuk sel imun untuk memulai ya, untuk mengetek jaringan-jaringan yang sehat ya. Blood vessel atau ketika drop tekanan darah ya, dan sebagainya. Kemudian yang kedua adalah karena bagian dari adaptasi sistem imunisasi ini membutuhkan beberapa hari atau lama untuk mengaktifkan di beberapa waktu. Jadi seperti virus mungkin sudah berkembang untuk mereplikasi secara cepat, bahkan mempengaruhi ke retalisasi sistem kekebalan tubuh. Yang ketiga adalah ini namanya arms race. Arms race ini perlombaan lengan ya kalau jadi. Jadi virus hewan dan sistem kekebalan tubuh ini sudah masuk di perlombaan lengan ini. Seperti beberapa lengan yang dua kompetitor seperti lomba ya. Ini dapat menang atau kompetitornya dapat mencapai statement di mana ini adalah tentunya sangat berbahagia atau akan membunuh ya. Jadi ada lomba antara virus dan sistem kekebalan tubuh ya, mana yang cepatnya. Kemudian yang keempat, ketika virus berkembang ke host ya, mereka menjadi bahayanya berkurang ya untuk ke host, di mana mereka ingin untuk memastikan transmisinya atau pergerakannya ini, penyebarannya tidak ingin untuk membunuh secara cepat ya, sebelum mereka mengalami perubahan untuk replikasi. Jadi virusnya punya waktu untuk membunuh ya, dia replikasi dulu. Jadi virus yang normalnya mensirkulasi beberapa orang ini dapat berkembang untuk menjadi yang berbahaya ya, berbahaya kurang ya, karena ini membantu untuk pergerakan ya. Nah, ahli biologis ini sudah jadi ahli biologis ini sudah mewarning untuk beberapa dekade berkaitan dengan risiko dari penyebaran virus hewan ke manusia. Ini beberapa surveillance dan persiapan. Jadi over last 2 dekade ini jumlah penyakit yang muncul sudah merusak ya, mengakibatkan epidemis di various bagian dunia ya, yang sudah men-trigger pernyataan bahwa manusia, hewan dan kesehatan lingkungan adalah saling berhubungan ya. Jadi one world, one health. Jadi satu dunia, satu kesehatan ya. Ini adalah pendekatan yang multisektoral ya, butuh dikomunikasikan dan bergerak bersama-sama untuk mencapai status kesehatan yang lebih baik. Oke, thanks, Dr. Mala.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, finish. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to deepen the understanding of the lecture delivered by Associate Professor Dr. Mala, yeah. I took the time to discuss, yeah, the discussion only one session. I will give the opportunity to ask for 3 questioners. Okay, please, ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu, teman-teman, silahkan bertanya bila ada yang ditanyakan. Kami persilahkan. Ada yang bertanya pakai bahasa Indonesia, nanti saya yang menerjemahkan. Oke, silakan. Ada yang...
Terima kasih, Bu. Ya, saya.
Oke, Ibu Lisbeth.
Ibu izin ya.
Ya, silakan. Ibu.
Ya. Makasih. Saya senang sekali tadi materinya dan mengikuti karena ini untuk kesehatan umat manusia dan saya tertarik tentang COVID-19 di mana kita lihat bersama untuk mencegah itu memang sulit, tapi dengan hadirnya vaksinasi antibodi, membentuk antibodi tubuh, ketika terkena virus ataupun kuman itu rata-rata lebih ringan dibanding yang tidak divaksin. Yang saya mau tanyakan, kira-kira dari COVID-19 ini berapa lama kekuatan atau kemampuan antibodi yang terbentuk di dalam tubuh seseorang setelah divaksin, utamanya yang sudah vaksin booster, vaksin ketiga, sudah lengkap vaksinasi, kira-kira ke depannya berapa tahun lagi atau berapa lama harus vaksin lagi atau itu sudah cukup? Jadi mungkin yang saya mau pertanyakan, daya tahan tubuh kita setelah divaksin untuk melawan virus COVID-19 ini kira-kira berapa lama? Ya, makasih Bu.
Oke, thanks Ibu Lisbeth Tandumai. Dr. Mala, he is the Master of Public Health student at Mandala Waluya University, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
She said that she's very happy for your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. She have some questions.
Yes.
Related to COVID-19, especially about the vaccination. In Indonesia, there are 3 times two people in Indonesia, Indonesian people. We got 3 times vaccine.
We have also got 3 times.
Okay. I want to know your explanation. How long the dose of vaccination or dose of vaccine to prevent the human immunity? So they
are also experimenting.
Okay. Yeah,
we can't tell.
We already have gotten 3 times vaccines.
Yes. It is like influenza vaccine. Those are effective up to 1 year. And now we are expecting that we have also to vaccinate ourselves after 1 year. Because it can't be long time vaccination. All the time the strain is changing, mutating. Microbial changes is going on. And so though their strength is reducing time to time, the strain is reducing their strength. The strain is reducing their strength time to time. But we need vaccination. Perhaps we need vaccination every year until we are completely immune, like common cold and cough. We are taking influenza vaccine, pneumonia vaccine every year. So they are also experimenting. All of us, we can assume only. Perfectly, we don't say anything. Thank you.
Oke, thanks Dr. Mata. Ibu Lisbeth, jadi setiap tahun itu seperti influenza ya, kita divaksin itu memang butuh bisa lama ya, 1 tahun sampai tubuh kita apa ya, matur itu apa ya? Jadi komplit vaksin ya. Nah, seperti itu. Jadi kalau vaksinnya sudah komplit, ini bisa tahan lama. Seperti influenza ya, penyakit influenza itu. Nah, itu bisa tahan lama, sekitar 1 tahun ya, sekitar tahun. Jadi sebaiknya setiap tahun ada lagi untuk ini, karena varian-varian dari virus itu mutasi-mutasi berbeda-beda. Begitu katanya Ibu Lisbeth.
Iya.
Oke.
Terima kasih Bu. Ya, thank you.
Thank you. If any question is there, please put it in the chat box. I will try to answer and mail you.
Oke.
Oke, thank you.
Ada lagi yang bertanya, Bapak Ibu? Ada?
Yeah, excuse me, Miss Moderator.
Oke, siapa itu ya?
I'm Taufik Bu Taufik dari FSD.
Taufik, oke Taufik.
Yeah. Okay, good afternoon for Indonesian time and also for Mrs. Malabose. It's really grateful to get your sharing today.
Thank you.
Okay, for the last slides I saw is about the cytokine storm.
Yes.
Yeah, about the cytokine storm. As we know, the cytokine secretion is essential protein against the infection.
Yes.
Even it's for virus or even for microorganism, and it can increase dramatically. But generally our immune system that connected with the cytokine is could sense the pathogens and also can promote the signal transduction when the viral
load is high.
Yeah. So the problem is the imbalance between the cytokine and the white blood cell. It can make or can induce the multiple organ failure.
Yes.
And so this is called a cytokine storm. My question is about how our immune adaptive system to regulate this system, this mechanism in our body, especially for human or for animal.
Those who can adapt it, those immune systems are strong and can adapt it, they survive. And if the immune system cannot recognize, they have no pre-existing immunity within the body of these viruses. So if they can, in arm race, if they can defeat it, our immune system will strong and it cover up the storm. But without it, it fails and the patient goes to decline its condition and ultimately death occurs. If immune system is strong, and it can recognize and keep on the immune system in arm race. It is defeat the virus or the viral agents. Then it can continue the immune system strong, and it stabilize the patient, and it then he will survive. Otherwise, it is difficult to survive the patient due
Okay,
to
thank-
cytokine storm.
Yeah, thank you. So, is there any that we can do to prevent to increase our immune system, today
Yes.
for the
Increase
COVID-19 side?
The biologists or scientists are studying many of these to strong how they can build and defeat these viruses and to build strong our immune system. But only the general way to protect ourselves by taking good food. We should stay mentally and physically healthy so that our immune system becomes strong and we can defeat with any of the diseases.
Okay, so it's depend ourselves again.
Ourselves,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Miss.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Taufik Wal Hidayah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Wow.
Next, ada yang bertanya lagi, satu orang lagi. Ada lagi? Finish? Oke, satu orang lagi. Oke, thanks. Oke, Mrs. Associate Professor Dr. Malabose.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, interesting presentation. Okay. Perhaps
I've done a great job by translating all the
sorry, this took too long in your presentation. Okay, we will see next section. So for Mrs. Andi Mauliana, please continue this event. Time to yours. Kita beri applause kepada Associate Professor Dr. Mala PhD. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the
Thank you.
last
Thank
name.
you, Sandeep.
Yes, PH. Thank you very much to the speaker, Dr. Malabose, PhD.
Thank you.
The presentation very that's for hour. And moderator Dr. Taraknath Podar, Memorial Foundation, Dr. Sudipta Podar, PhD, Dr. Sumit Podar, PhD, Professor Dr. Sande Podar, PhD, and moderator Dr. Beth Hajat Tasnim, SKM, MPH, and all participants who have listened this event from start and to finish. Before I end our event today, we beg for the willingness of the ladies and gentlemen to have a short person for the documentation session. We hope that the camera can be active.
Dr. Sandi Podar.
Yes, Dr. Tasneem.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And Dr. Miss Andy Muliana for getting this MC today. And Dr. Sri Angarini and Dr. Suhasini, we have jointly done this MOU today in this gathering. And thank you for that. And we will hope that we will surely do many events in coming days, even online, because we can save the costing of travel, etc. But of course, we invite you to India and Malaysia as well,
Yes.
so that we can organize more events. And of course, I again should thank Dr. What you call? I just share my slide. Yes, Dr. Malamudi Vitel and Dr. Tasneem, Director of International Relations Institute, Mandala Uga, and all the participants from the Institute of Mandala, Indonesia, and outside who have joined. Dr. Sumit Poddar taken leave because he has another meeting on veterinary college lecture today. So he has taken leave. And on behalf of Foundation and other participants from Foundation, I also thank all the participants present here. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Siangarini. Thank you, Dr. Suhasini and Dr. Tasneem and Maladi. Thank you. And all the participants, Ms. Lisbeth for giving the question, Dr. Tofik. Okay, we'll proceed. Thank you. And hand it over to Ms.
Thanks
Andy
to
and
all.
Dr. Tasneem.
Thanks to all.
Thanks to
Take picture, please. Mrs. Andi Mauliana, take picture.
Yes, wait a moment. My operator will take a pic, please. Camera can be active. Once again.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, we have get at the end of the event. Hopefully, a lot of knowledge can be applied in every day. I apologize for the wrong words and action. Final, thank you very much. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for all.
Other activities, events. Interesting collaboration. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sandi, Dr. Mala.
Thank you.